Good afternoon. At least 3 people have been killed and 15 injured following a Russian drone strike on the Ukrainian capital. The attack comes as Ukrainian negotiators are heading to Washington for talks over a peace plan to end the war. Emma Murphy has the latest from Kyiv.
The overnight attacks on Ukraine were some of the most sustained that have been experienced during the course of this war. The first alert was at 11:30 last night and it wasn't lifted until 9:30 this morning. During the night, the sounds of explosions rang out as the missile and drone assault was launched across the country. Here in Kyiv, this is one of the buildings that was hit. Mercifully, nobody was killed here because the explosion took place in a stairwell, and those I've been speaking to believe that saved many lives. But we think at least 2 people were killed at other locations and dozens more injured. This is part of a sustained attack by Russia that's going on nightly, targeting residential areas, but also the energy system. And that's having an effect now because in these sub-zero temperatures, people are not able to get a constant supply of energy. So that is very significant and having a real impact on everyday life. In terms of the political situation, President Zelensky is now trying to reassess what's happening with his office after the departure of Andrei Yermak, his right-hand man, yesterday.
Emma Murphy reporting there from Kyiv. More than 300 people have died and dozens are missing following floods and landslides in Indonesia. Monsoon rains over the past week have caused rivers to burst their banks in North Sumatra province. The area has also been hit by an earthquake. Rescuers have been struggling to reach some areas cut off by damaged roads. Jeremy Corbyn has called for unity as he opened the first Your Party conference, admitting there has been mistakes in the party's creation. Mr Corbyn told the conference in Liverpool the left-wing party had a unique opportunity to found a socialist party of mass appeal. The party's messages have so far been overshadowed by internal conflict between Mr Corbyn and fellow founder Zara Sultana. He's keen to put that behind him.
Well, we have to work together, and we will be working together, and we do work together.
Yes, but you have differences.
Of course, there are some differences. I think everybody knows that. And is that such a bad thing, that people have a different approach? So you have to discuss it and come to some kind of accommodation.
The Chancellor has been accused of deliberately giving the public a misleading picture of the nation's finances in the build-up to the budget. It's after a letter from the Office for Budget Responsibility. 2 MPs appeared to claim Rachel Reeves overstated the size of the fiscal gap, allowing for her planned tax rises and changes to welfare spending. The Chancellor has defended her budget as fair and necessary. Asylum seekers will be banned from using taxis for most medical journeys from next year. It's after an investigation found there was widespread use of taxis for appointments, including in one case where an asylum seeker went on a 250-mile journey to see a GP, costing £600. Passengers have been warned of possible disruption over the next few days after thousands of Airbus planes were hit by a software issue. Around 6,000 planes are thought to be affected on airlines including EasyJet and Wizz Air. Well, Mahathir Pasha is at Luton Airport for us this lunchtime. Mahathir, what's the situation like there?
Yes, Sangeeta, potential disruption for passengers this weekend as one of the world's largest aircraft manufacturers recalls thousands of its planes. It's the best-selling Airbus A320 family of jets that have been hit with a software problem, limiting their ability to fly. Look, the government and airlines have been keen to stress that they think the disruption, at least in the UK, will be limited, but EasyJet and Wizz Air, both of which have a significant operation here at Luton Airport, have already confirmed their fleets will be impacted, and we can't underplay the significance of this issue, Sangeeta. Apparently the worst recall in Airbus's 55-year history. This expert told us that the European Aviation Safety Agency, the regulator, has issued very clear instructions.
They had a good look into it, they worked out what the problem was, what the fix was, and then told all the airlines, right, you've basically got to get it all sorted out this weekend, otherwise your aircraft cannot fly.
It's important important to note, Sangeeta, that this should be a pretty easy fix, and it's still perfectly safe to fly. But if you are flying this weekend, probably best for you to check before you travel.
Mahathir, thank you very much. Sport and Lando Norris hopes to become Formula One world champion this weekend. He'll start this afternoon's sprint race in Qatar from third on the grid. If results go his way, he could be crowned Britain's 11th world champion tomorrow evening. That's all for now. Bye-bye.